Please like and subscribe in 2026 to help us buy a goat for a family in need. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hi, this is Scott with Learn to Stop Hunger, and today we're going to look at episode 17 of Publish Your First Game This Weekend with No-Cost AI Tooling. In this episode, we're going to look at modifying the credit screen. So Gemini did create a basic credit screen, but we're going to make some changes to that in this episode. We're going to show you how to add your own custom content to the credit screen and have also a little bit nicer presentation. So the first thing that we need to do is to add some new items into our content. So we're going to open up the MGCB editor once again. And I've got two different files that I'm going to add. I'm going to add a text file that contains the contents of basically what I want to be displayed on the credit screen. Let's see, we'll go ahead and copy it. And then the other file that I'm going to add another music file that can be played in the background of the credit screen. Now, I will say this, if you wanted to make your credit screen a little bit nicer, you could also put a background on it. For us, we're just going to leave it plain black background. So let's see, for our music here, I had picked Ludum Dare 2804, so we're going to go with that one. And yes, we will copy. And since it's done that, I'm going to go ahead and build. Oh, interesting. It said there's a problem here. What's the problem? Oh shoot, okay, can't find a default importer. So I was trying to remember what I've done on this before. Maybe let's go ahead and remove that. Maybe it's not important for that to be a part of the content MGCB. So I'm going to exclude it. We'll do a build. I can see right here in Visual Studio that I've got the credits file included, so that's good. But I'm just not sure if it has to be part of that MGCB pipeline, and we'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Okay, so I took a look at what I've done in a previous project for the text file. It looks like, so I select it here in Visual Studio, and then I'm looking at the properties, and I had a build action of embedded resource, and I had do not copy. Okay, so we're going to go with that. And you can see here, I guess I didn't really say this, for the credits.txt, I've opened it here. Actually, I've opened it, and what it is, it's a text file that Monogame is going to use it's going to scroll the contents of that text file on the screen. So you can I put some spacing in between the beginning and the end here, credits, powered by Monogame. And then here are the various, you can put whatever you want here for all the people who contributed to your game. I've included some of these people where I got their free art or music, etc. I've included them on the credits. That's a good thing to do. So that's what the contents of that file look like. So once we've done that, we've got those files added. The next thing that we're going to do is instruct Gemini how to use these assets to make the credit screen a little bit nicer. Okay, I've got a basic prompt here for Gemini for the credit screen. Please update the credit screen. When the screen appears, play Ludum Dare 2804.ogg as background music. Remove the current text content of the credit screen. Instead, slowly scroll the contents of the credits.txt file from the bottom of the screen to the top. Once the last of the text content has scrolled off the top of the screen, allow the music to play for 2 more seconds, fading it out, and then return to the title screen. We'll let Gemini work on this, and once it's finished, we will return. Gemini has finished working on this, so we are going to test it. We should start out on our title screen. So we're going to go to credits. So far, so good. Everything looks good. We'll see how the transition goes here. Back to the title screen. Okay, so we got one small issue, and that's it doesn't reset the music when we go back to the title screen. So we'll have to fix that. Okay, I've got a basic prompt here. When we return to the title screen from the credits screen, please restart the title screen music. We'll let Gemini work on this, and when it's finished, we'll test it out. Gemini has made the change. We're going to launch the game once again and do some testing. So we'll have to sit through these credits again, make sure everything is looking okay. Well, shoot, it's still not playing the music for us when we go back to the title screen. So I said the title screen music still does not play when we return from the credits screen. Please fix this bug. Apparently it's a little bit trickier than I would have anticipated. Hopefully Gemini can figure out what's wrong. Gemini is saying that there was a bug related to fading out the other's music and the volume wasn't getting reset. So hopefully that's the case and this will work now. Alright, so far, okay, interesting. You can, I hit enter and you can go back to you can quit out of credits, so that's interesting. Let's see. That's probably a nice feature if you have seen all you want to see and you want to get out of there. Or if you hit credits by mistake, I guess. Alright, it looks pretty good. Let's try going back in again. Okay. That works alright. We'll let it fade out and go back to the title screen again, and then we're going to actually try to go into the game. We'll try to get to a game over sequence and we'll come back. We're just going to go through some of these different scenarios and make sure it's still working properly. Okay, that was good. We're going to play. Okay, so I want to get some quick recs here and turn this game on, or end the game. Oh, I missed my flip there. Okay. Alright, that's good. Make sure this whole thing works still. It's looking very good so far. Alright, I feel good about that. So, I'm going to go ahead and commit. I'll just say credits screen enhancements. Okay, we'll commit. We're good with that. Now, let's see, there's a couple more things I wanted to, well, mainly one more thing I really wanted to look at with that. Basically, when the user finishes the game right now, yes, okay, so we are presenting a you win message. And what we want to do is, I think we still want to display you win. It looks like currently we might be waiting for a key press on you win. I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to display you win for 2 seconds. We're going to then display the credit screen, and then once the credit screen is done, we'll return to the title screen. So that's going to be our next phase here. Oh, shoot. I gotta be careful here. I tried to paste in my prompt, but I forgot. There's an issue with pasting in an exclamation mark, so I'll have to work around that. I think I can always come in here, change this text if I really want that exclamation. If it doesn't put it in there, we'll see here. Alright, so I said, please update the logic for when the player wins the game. Start out by displaying the you win for 2 seconds. Make sure that the text for this is only you win. After this is displayed for 2 seconds, switch to the credit screen without any key press. The credit screen will then follow its typical logic and switch back to the title screen when complete. Like I said, it changes the message so there's no exclamation. Since I had problems pasting that into the prompt, we can go ahead and just manually change that text to have the exclamation. I will let Gemini do its work and we'll check back once it's complete. Okay, Gemini says that it's finished with the updates. Okay, I see here, yeah, it did change it to just you win. I'm going to manually add the exclamation back. Okay, we're going to do a build. Now, I'm going to do a couple quick checks here just to see that kind of our main logic is working okay. Like, let's look at the credit screen here again. Make sure that's working all okay. And then we're gonna have to put in some variable changes here to be able to easily test the ending of the game. Basically, we're gonna have to skip ahead to level 10 and then make the difficulty very easy somehow. We're gonna have to do that just to be able to do our testing. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and, because it is obviously time consuming and difficult. Oh, how did I do that? It's time consuming and difficult to complete the game, so shoot, I did it again. Alright. Just want to get to a game over sequence here. Now I'm wanting to make sure I didn't introduce a bug. Let's see this right there. Okay. So that worked well. I actually want to double check something here. Probably did not introduce a bug, but okay, yeah. I think we're alright. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to need to make some tweaks so that we can check that ending of the game. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do the testing of the ending sequence. I noticed here in game1.cs we've got some stuff that says basically if the level is less than 10 we increment the level, otherwise if it's 10 we're going to do game state win. So I'm going to say maybe, let's see, let's first try if it's less than 1, yeah, let's say less than 1 and see what happens here. To make it easy for testing at least, let's see if we can quickly get to the ending to test this out. So I just want to try to get through this level as quickly as I can. Why did I crash? Shouldn't have done that. Almost out of speed boost here. Yep, I'm out. Okay. Now he's on my track. Okay, so we did get the "you win" message, and we have the credits screen, but the problem is there's no music playing. Let's see what happens here. See if we ever go to the title screen. Okay, we did. Let's see, let me check this out. Okay, so that's working there. So it's only in that "you win" scenario, it's not playing the music, so we'll have to fix it. Alright, so I said when the credits screen displays after the "you win" message, the credits music is not playing. Please make sure to play the credits music when the credits screen is displayed. Okay, wow, it says it's finished it already, so let's see how that works. Let's try normal credits. Yeah, it's playing the music right. Okay. Making good progress here. Perfect. Alright, it's playing now. Let's see what happens here. Alright, everything looks good there. I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to go ahead and change this back to a 10. And then I'm going to commit my changes. Let's see. Display credits when game is won. That marks the end of episode 17. So we were able to enhance the credit screen, make it a little bit nicer, and I showed you how to modify the contents to include what you like. And now we're going to be looking forward to the final episode, which is episode 19, where I'm going to finally show you how to publish this game. So thank you for tuning in, and please make sure that you check out the next episode.